All right, everybody. So welcome back once again. Last session, you all completed the journey from Baldur's Gate to Candlekeep, arrived at the Fortress Library, and met with Silvira Silvakis, the Fortress Library's current resident expert on the Nine Hells and all things fiendish. You were able to meet with her and show her the infernal puzzle box, which had belonged to Thavius Krieg and had been in the possession of the Vanthampers. She said that it was going to take her some time to unlock the mysteries of this puzzle box and get it open to see what was inside. In the meantime, you all had a few hours to take full advantage of the library's resources to find out as much as you possibly could about the perils that you all would face ahead. Spent the time researching the Nine Hells, fiends, their strengths and their weaknesses, how to fight them, those that had fought them before, researching Zariel and her past as much as you possibly could to prepare yourselves for your descent into Avernus. Then, after several hours, Silvira called you all back up to her tower. It was there that she was able to open the puzzle box and reveal the deal that Thavius Krieg had struck with the Archduke of Avernus, the former Archangel Zariel. He had bound Elturel and all of its inhabitants to an infernal pact that would see them dragged into the Hells 50 years to the date after Thavius Krieg had supposedly, allegedly, saved the city from a vampiric threat. This dark deal having been struck, Thavius Krieg fled before the Judgment Day had taken place, leading you all to be able to find him in Baldur's Gate. Now so armed with this knowledge, the revelation that anyone who had signed the Creed Resolute, the document that all those adults that came to fighting age in Elturel would be obligated to sign through tradition, through honor, and through loyalty to the city, having signed that document bound each and every one of you and them to defend the city both in this plane and in the infernal plains of Avernus. So, now, with this information, you all prepare to go to Traxagor's tower, the home of a wizard with the power to transport you all directly to Elturel. Still unsure of exactly how you're going to bring the city back, but determined to do so, you all prepare to depart. And eventually, very soon, make your way into the Nine Hells. So last we left you all off, you all had been flying across the sea to the west on Griffinback, flying just below the clouds, leaving Candlekeep behind you all, and after a long journey, coming upon a windowless, doorless stone tower, somehow floating in the sky above the rocky crags below, no contact to the ground at all, completely suspended in the air. Your griffins passed through stone windows at the top floor, and after descending some spiral staircases, you found yourselves one level down in a cluttered chamber. That is where we will pick up right now. So, one level down from the landing pad, the Griffin landing pad, you see a cluttered chamber illuminated by various objects upon which continual flame spells are cast. Scurrying around the room, in a little red cassock, is an otter. It moves around, scurrying around the room. The otter mumbles to itself in common. Continues searching.
And I hear what
And
it
then,
said.
Make a perception check. Hasn't noticed you all yet. Saying, "Where is that tuning fork? They're gonna be here any moment. Where is that blasted tuning fork?" Suddenly, it takes notice of you all and stands upright. Shouts over his shoulder, "Lulu! wake up! Our guests have arrived! At the sound of her name, a small elephant with golden fur appears from under the pile of blankets near a table strewn with alchemical equipment. The little elephant, about twice the size of a house cat, takes to the air on feathery wings and lets out a pleasing trumpeting sound as it flies over in your all's direction.
No.
The little otter runs up in front of you all and says, "Welcome, welcome! Welcome to my laboratory, to my tower! Silvira said to be expecting you all. As soon as I find my tuning fork, we can be on our way. But in the meantime, this is Lulu, former war mammoth mount of the Archangel Zerial. I thought you all might like to meet." And then he dives back under a table and starts searching around again. Sorry, Hank, what was that?
Can we tell if Lulu is a conscious being, has her own sentience and things of that nature?
Lulu would fly right up to you, Tibbs, and say, "Hi! It's a pleasure to meet you.
That answers that.
Traxigor
Right.
tells me that you're going to see Zerial." Traxigor pops up. "They're not going to see Zerial, Lulu. They're going to Avernus. Big difference there. Hopefully y'all don't run into her." And he dives back under the thing. Lulu says, "Well, Avernus is the last place I saw Zerial, so I kind of know my way around the place. Maybe I can help you guys out over there."
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Insight check.
All right.
Because
Yeah, go ahead.
they knew Zerial, I
'Cause-
don't trust
It's
them.
just trauma.
Yeah.
She so I mean you get a decent read on her. As good as you could expect. She seems nice enough, but with a 9 you can't be certain, so you can hold whatever judgment you may want to, good or bad, you don't know for sure. But
Indifferent.
indifference indeed.
How much have you and the well, it's kind of odd seeing an archwizard who looks like an otter.
I am an otter, thank you. And goes back about his business.
Are you an otter because you cast a spell upon yourself, or are you an awakened creature?
He hops up onto a desk nearby, brushes off his cassock, steps up with his little cane up to the edge of the table, says, "Well, about 70 years ago or so, I decided that it would be very entertaining to turn myself into an otter. I needed to get from the shoreline to here, and it seemed like the fastest way. And I preferred the form so much that I decided to keep it."
I suppose reasonable enough.
Indeed. Any other questions? You should be
Would you
directing
tell
your
us?
questions to that one. She has the experience that you're looking for.
Ferris would talk to the elephant and just ask her what can you tell us about Zerial?
Lulu kind of lets out a sad little trumpeting sound. You can see some sparkles leaving her nose, falling straight down to the ground. "Well, I was with the angel Zerial when she assembled her army of Hellriders to attack Avernus. Through the gate we went," she makes a little trumpeting war sound, "tearing through devils like a song through the air. Victory was within our grasp. But," she sends a very saddened look towards Bucky and Rhea, "but some of the Hellriders betrayed us. They retreated through the gate when the tide began to turn against us, and they sealed it behind them. Before she was captured, Zerial told me to hide her sword so that it wouldn't fall into evil hands. Someone helped me hide the sword, but I don't remember who. We found a place to hide it, but I don't remember where. I escaped from Avernus, but I don't remember how. Most of my memory's gone, and I don't remember why."
Is it possible that you were infected by the river Styx?
Traxigor pops up. Severa says she found her wandering in the fields of the dead near a portal to Avernus, newly created. Her memory had been badly damaged. The river Styx water could have been responsible.
Does she let us, like, pet her, or is it a...
Oh, happily.
Okay. Is it kind of like comforting pets?
Mm-hmm.
Any help you can give us would be appreciated. We have family in El Terrell. We need
She
to get
nods, getting a very determined look on her face. I will help you in any way that I can. It'll be good to be working alongside those that are striving to do good again.
Tell me more about that sword that you mentioned.
The Sword of Zariel. Powerful artifact. The source of Zariel's, well, it used to be the source of her goodness, of her power. I could feel a piece of her, what she was, still inside of it when I took it from her. That's why I needed to hide it. It's still somewhere out there.
What's it look like?
Oh, it's magnificent. Nearly 8 feet long, shining with gold and silver, opal inlays, a beautiful weapon. Much more elegant than the mace she had last time I saw her.
The last time you saw her, when was that?
Lulu kind of scrunches her head, scrunches her brow. She says, I don't remember exactly when. A friend took me to her when we were still in Avernus, found me confused and brought me to her. But Zariel, the new Zariel, didn't want me around like this. But she didn't kill me. She just sent me away.
The new Zariel. What do you mean?
She kind of takes a deep breath. She's something else now. A being of wrath, destruction, and vengeance. Some of her old self might be in there somewhere, but it's beneath a whole lot of hate now.
Lulu, you said that you were betrayed by Hellriders?
Some of them, yeah.
Do you remember any of their names?
Jandar.
Got it?
She's thinking. She kind of shakes her head a bit. She says it's all she could remember for now. Bits and pieces come back to her, but sometimes they slip away.
We still have that book with all those names with us.
Mm-hmm.
I say we hand it over to her and see if any of those names ring a bell.
I take out the book. I don't hand it to her, but I start reading off the names.
Okay. What were the prominent names?
Where's my notes on that? Olanthius.
Okay. If you were to say Olanthea, she would shake her head violently. No, he was loyal. Loyal to the last.
Gideon
I don't
Lightward?
think...
She says that she
That was
does
one.
not recognize the name Gideon Lightward.
He was past this.
I don't think we have any of the other names.
Okay.
I ask
Lulu.
about Thavius Creek, though. If that name sounds familiar.
She shakes her head. Thavius Krieg and all of that business was past her time. When she was sometime in the interim between when she came back.
Okay.
When exactly did you get back from Avernus? How long were you stuck down there?
She says that time works strangely in Avernus. She can't be sure exactly how long she was gone for, but she felt like she wandered around Avernus for a very long time before a very nice man by the name of Mahadi found her. She doesn't remember a whole lot about him, but she remembers that he was very nice to her and helped her find Zariel. She says he owns a bazaar in Avernus. Maybe he can help you.
Lulu?
Yeah?
Body.
Ariel with a mace. Anna's gonna drag Tibbs up by the mace.
I
And,
think
hold it up.
I think she's wanting to see if this is a similar mace, Lulu.
She shakes her head. She says it looks like the one that she used to carry before she broke it.
Broke it.
Lulu nods and says it represented, well, it was her holy symbol for a long time. She broke it and attached the head to a chain. Lulu looks very
And was
sad.
this in Avernus?
She nods. She lost a hand in one of the first battles and replaced it with the chain and the head of the old mace.
Okay then.
I can only imagine what you went through down there.
What else can you tell us about the state of Eltriel right now?
She shakes her head and she says she doesn't know. She's heard about what's happened to El Terrell, but she hasn't been back in Avernus in a couple years at least.
Are there any other people that you met down there that you think we can trust?
She shakes her head and says, No, just Mahadi. A lot of people down there, they can be very... They keep things pretty close to the chest.
On the flip side of that, is there anybody in particular that you may know of that we should avoid or just know about?
She kind of squints and scrunches up her brow like she's thinking really, really hard. Strains for a moment. No, I don't know. Maybe when we get down there I'll remember more.
I'm out of questions, guys.
Was
Jack,
Mahadi the one that hid the sword with you, Lulu?
No, that was Yale. Yale, she was magnificent. She fought with Zariel to the bitter end. She cried when Zariel made the deal with Asmodeus. And Yale took the sword from Zariel.
What deal?
To rule.
Rule what?
Avernus.
Zariel made a deal to rule Avernus?
Asmodeus offered her the chance to fight demons for all eternity. Zariel accepted. When demons are flung back into the abyss, it is my name they cry in terror. Those were the last words she said to me.
Do you think she is tied to Eltriel being dragged down?
Traxigor pops up. Assuredly. The deal Thavius made was with Zariel, the new Archduke of Avernus.
she's an angel anymore.
Oh, an angel she remains, but a very different being indeed. Instead of righteousness, light, wrath, destruction, and fire.
This deal he made, promising El Terrell and its people to fight for her, what exactly does that mean? Is she going to be at El Terrell, ruling over it?
Oh, she will assuredly be at the site. Although, something is strange. Something is happening there. I've been scrying on the location, and by all accounts and reasonings, even though time does function quite differently, he's going over some papers, and he has some diagrams and things spread out in front of him. His little hands are kind of picking up instruments and using styluses and stuff. My calculations say that El Terrell should have been pulled into the River Styx days ago. But something is preventing it from being pulled down. Some sort of catastrophe has befallen Avernus and spared El Terrell. You have more time than we might have expected.
Do you have any idea how much time we have?
I think Anna's legs are going out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like the first good news about the situation we've had,
Yeah.
like, ever.
Yeah.
He says, well, if my sources are to be believed... He's looking around and his eyes go wide. He looks up. An incursion. A demonic incursion, directly below El Terrell. The last one of these lasted 182 years in Avernus time. Here, that would
What's
maybe
that in our
mean
time?
32 days.
Month?
You
Indeed.
gotta
need
go.
to-
We gotta get down there.
He says, indeed. We shall plane shift post haste, but I must find my tuning fork. And he dives back into another pile of junk.
Can we look around for the tuning fork to help
Sure.
us along?
Who has the highest passive perception amongst
What
you?
would you prefer?
Me, I have 18.
Me?
18. Winnie,
Yeah.
you spot it on a high shelf next to a little otter-sized ladder.
Am I tall enough to reach it?
Yeah.
I just pick it up and I...
He whips around. Ah! He looks up there. What was I doing with it up there? He runs over to you, stirring on all fours, hops up and does his little stand up straight in front of you, puts out a hand.
I drop it in his hand. There you go.
Now, are you sending us straight to El Terrell?
Straight to El Terrell. I can't be sure where, but my reports say the city is still, yeah, for the most part intact. Just, he makes a gesture with his hand, like, in the air. Well then,
Well, I guess that's good
Well,
at least. We won't
yeah.
be lost wandering looking for it.
Don't worry. I can get us around the city if that's anything.
Rhea nods as well. I would know the city in any condition, she says. She's been very quiet. When the revelation of the Hellrider's betrayal came across, she did not seem very surprised. Like, she's kind of been bracing herself for this revelation for a while. Determination would definitely be the prominent feature she shows now. She's ready to get there.
Lula, one last question before we go.
She kind of stands up straight, straightens her shoulders. She says, I'm ready. What is it?
You said that Gendar and the other Hellriders, they betrayed Zariel. Was that before she started to change?
Lulu nods. says the fight had begun to turn. It was dire, but we still had a chance. And the Hell Riders, they turned and fled. We held our ground for hours and hours more, but it was just too much. They surrounded the Last of Us 6. And it was there that Asmodeus approached Zariel.
They left right before the deal happened.
She nods. There would have been no deal if they would have stayed with us to fight. We could have won.
I believe you.
In the book from Van Thamper, do I see Yale and Gendar's name in there?
You do see Jandar.
Jandar.
Not to be confused with Shandar, Bucky.
No, I've come to terms with Chandar fled and ran like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I
Not
see
happy about that.
Gandar's name. How many coins was he worth?
He would have been worth a lower amount, I believe. Considerably less than Gideon, and considerably less than Elanthius.
Okay, so probably like 3 coins, 2 coins. And Yale's name isn't in there, correct?
Yale's name is not in there.
Yale or Gale?
Yale. Yael.
Okay, I had it right then.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They're not in there. And they were a Hell Rider. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. That's good information.
Yeah,
You
buddy.
know-
You asked a good question.
Was there anywhere that the old Hell Riders that were left tended to hang out?
Well, that was 50 years ago. Well, more than 50 years ago. 150 years ago. So they'd all be dead except for maybe a few elves.
Okay, I didn't know if the laws of Avernus were different or not, or...
Yeah, who knows? The ones that remained in Avernus, time works very differently there. Extends and compresses in strange ways. So the idea that there could be some of the original survivors alive in Avernus is high. And of course, the ones who left, their souls didn't have a whole lot of options on where to go after they died.
Actual last question, Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Yale now?
Lulu gets really sad. She's still down there. At least
You know where?
part of her.
What does that mean?
She gave up most of herself to create. She scrunches her brow really hard again, obviously straining to think. She gave up most of herself to protect the sword.
So, is she in the sword?
Lulu starts to shake her head and then nod and then shake her head and then nod. And she gets very confused.
What is up with sentient weapons in this game? Or possible sentient weapons in the sword? Maybe?
Bucky Gargoth would be going off about how much he hates Lulu already.
If at all possible, I would just be tuning him out. I'll talk to him if I need him.
Mm-hmm. He'd be saying things like, "We already have a guide, friend. We do not need this creature."
Do you want to go to Avernus or not? I will leave you with the offer.
Oh, snaps. Don't forget where he put you.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pat Lulu on the head,
Graciously accepts the pats.
starting to trust a little bit more.
Yeah, she's been legit. Thank you, Lulu.
Lulu.
Oh, that was a lot of information.
So, Traxagore leads
to
you
go.
all to an etched arcane circle. Those of you with arcane talents would recognize this as a teleportation circle. He gestures each of you to stand around it, and then Winnie, he would look towards you and say, "Oh, Avernus is no place for the likes of you, little buddy," and would point
Oh,
up
no.
towards Slobber Chops.
Yes, please. If you don't mind, just until I get back.
Of course, Slobber Chops. If you've told him his name, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
would have.
Say, Slobber Chops, are you a fan of mackerel? And Traxagore would flip his hand, and a cabinet door would just swing open, and it's like wall to wall preserved mackerel.
He's
Slobber
a fan
Chops
of most things.
Slobber Chops' eyes would go wide, and he would kind of look over towards you, give you a head bonk, and then fly away.
I give him as he's giving me a head bonk, I give him I'm head bonking him back. Stay safe, little one. I'll be back with new friends for you.
Oop the snoop.
Oop the snoot.
Oop, just Snoop, my little bean.
All right. Traxagore looks around. Are we prepared?
I think we're as
Yes.
prepared as we'll ever be.
Right then. As you stand in a circle, Traxagore taps the tuning fork and casts his plane shift spell.
God.
This is fine. This is fine.
No, it's not. This is terrifying.
You Twilight Zone theme.
A hot, stinging air assaults your senses. The city street in which you stand is lined with crumbling buildings, several of which already collapsed. The ground shudders beneath your feet, and in the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of darkness discharges bolts of sickish blue-white lightning that strikes the city at irregular intervals. Perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city is a crumbled fortress. Traxagore gazes up at the black orb nervously. Sorry folks, I think this is where He snaps his fingers and vanishes.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
This is not the place for an otter.
This is
This
the
isn't the
place
place
for
for
a
anybody.
human.
Winnie just starts to tense up again. You saw her start relaxing a little bit back with Lulu and, well, back in the tower. But now she's just full on, like, hand on the hilt of her sword. Tight grip. Clenching fists.
We gotta find the survivors.
Let's get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea kind of steps out into the street and looks around. We need to get our bearings. Everything looks so different. She says, the High Hall Cathedral. If there are survivors, any survivors, they would have rallied there.
Were we transported into El Terrell?
You were.
Mhm. Am I able to use city secrets to know kind of exactly where we are in the city?
Sure. Absolutely.
So I do also have in my inventory map of where I grew up. Yes, I am.
Oh my.
Where we at?
Oh, we're over on the right there.
Okay, I had to zoom all the way out.
Right there. The High Hall Cathedral that Rhea pointed out to you is here.
How big is that gap there?
There's a bridge.
You'll find out when you get close enough to look at it.
Okay. Yeah, I just seen the two bridges. I was just kind of curious if those were mandatory
So
or
It
not.
looks
that
like
was
several of
a
those
river at one point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably pretty good size then.
It looks like several of those houses could fit in that gap, so
Yeah,
we done fucked.
it's a good size. Where, in comparison to where we are, would I know where my abode / workplace was? The a pair of black antern.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah, the black antlers.
Pair of black antlers is up near Torm's Reach, near the northern corner of the city, right over here.
Okay, cool.
You want to go there?
Is
Our way to the high hall?
Is this stuff lava? Why is it gold?
Anna, you do indeed see a fiery lava flow working its way across the street to the east of you.
Let's hustle.
As you all turn to begin making your way through the streets, you see a pair of toddlers run out into the middle of the street.
What do they look like?
Make a perception check.
Because I happen to have a toddler.
You do not recognize them. Soon after, Anna, you do not recognize them. Soon after, you see a woman chase out after them. She seems to be staring at something behind her. She pulls a bow from her shoulder, draws an arrow, and lets it loose into something that you cannot see. You then hear cruel laughter. The woman turns towards you all, sees you all standing in the road, and shouts at her children to run. They begin running towards you all, when in her wake amble 4 infernal monsters with glaives and snake-like beards. They laugh darkly as they pursue the woman towards you all.
We're running in.
Yeah, I take out. You go
Shoot.
first. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna pull out my sharp bow and fire an arrow.
Tandem
There's
shooting.
summon his cannon while they're doing that.
Roll initiative, everybody.
Ha ha ha!
Where's my token? There you are.
Oh, I need to get. Oh, fuck me.
No, heck, I did not select it, and I rolled good.
Let me get Ray. Raya's with us, right?
Rhea is there.
Okay, let me get her.
Thank you.
Where's
And I will
she?
pull Lulu for you.
Question.
Indeed.
Would I have Apollo? Or I'm assuming no, since we came
You
in.
just teleported in. So you may
That's what I
summon him at your convenience, but he has not yet arrived.
That was my understanding. Just wanted to clarify.
Raya.
I got her. Yep, you got her.
I am
Okay,
going
cool,
to do I am going to do the one that I actually rolled some that because it was actually a good roll.
Nice.
Well, if I can actually, well,
Did I really roll a 3 for my
There we go.
initiative? Oh my god. Should I refresh now?
wait. How did you roll a 3 on your initiative?
I don't know. Well, that's Raya.
Oh,
I rolled
Oh.
a 9.
Rhea, man.
As
Can't
Winnie.
you roll a 1 and still have like a really good initiative?
Let's get Rhea out of the lava pool. There we go.
Oh, I did not know that was allowed. Cool. Oopsie.
Okay. Tibbs, the woman and her 2 small children make it just past you both and hide in this building here, while the glaive creatures approach you, still laughing cruelly. They begin to taunt you in Infernal. You speak Infernal, don't you, Tibbs?
yes, I do.
They say, why don't you go
Yes, I do.
hide in the cathedral with the rest of the defenders, he says very mockingly.
I just respond. I prefer dancing a little bit. Let's go. And first off, I'm going to burn one use of fighting spirit right quick. For
Oh,
okay, 5
anxiety.
temporary hit points.
Mm-hmm.
But gives me a little 5 temporary hit points to start with. And
Okay.
gives me advantage on at least one weapon attack. So 5, 10. Let's get about right here on this middle one, and we're to take a swing.
If you let that thing eat you, I'm requesting a divorce.
It
it's not too
expertly,
good.
with the hand of a trained soldier, bats your shot out of the way. Bats your mace out of the way.
That's okay. I just bounce back from that and troll around to go low for a kneecap.
Fantastic. As he parries your initial swing, thinking it an easy fight, you crack him in the knee. Surprise and shock and pain mix on his face. Go ahead and roll damage.
So
15?
15 points of damage.
Fantastic. Good hit. He buckles,
And,
nearly
that is my turn.
falling to his knee, and the other two behind him kind of grip their weapons a bit tighter. They seem to be taking things a bit more seriously now. Anna, you're up.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
You're
y'all.
good.
So, if I fire my longbow, can that be a sneak attack? Because
Yeah, you got Tibbs right there.
Okay, I wanted to make sure before
Absolutely.
I got excited. I'm going to sneak attack with my longbow.
Okay, fantastic. 17 hits.
Oh, I didn't have sneak attack on. I'll just roll a d6. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. And I believe your sneak attack is 2d6 to start. Is it not?
Oh,
I think it's 1.
Oh, is it still one? Okay. So 10 points. All right.
yeah. I only have one level of rogue.
Okay, got it.
And I think that will be it for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Brings
put
us
on my spiritual weapon.
to Ferris.
All right. So first things first is he is going to. What are these things again?
These things?
Yeah.
They are these.
Is that a demon or devil?
It is a devil.
Crap. They have resistance to like everything, don't they?
The fucking gift just gave me a heart attack.
What gift?
The longbow one.
Oh.
That's pretty funny.
Ugh.
Yeah, I guess I am also going to. Don't I have a crossbow? I think I have a crossbow. Man, I haven't used that since like the first session.
If there was something you wanted to cast,
Well,
oh, you go first,
well,
Hank.
what I was going to say is I thought that they said it was the higher ranking ones that tended to have that like immunity thing.
It's demons are
Maybe it was.
demons are the ones
Right,
that
you
are
all-
immune to
you
like
all-
all elemental damage. Devils are only immune to fire.
Correct. Demons are the ones that are immune to fire, lightning, and cold, while devils are usually just resistant or immune to fire.
Okay. Well, I already shot the crossbow.
18 hits.
And it's a decent roll.
No,
so
for
I'm gonna
next
take that.
Yeah.
And that's gonna go for the far one.
Got it.
Actually, no. Let's do it to the one by
It
tips.
takes 2 piercing. Have you modified that to be a magic weapon anyway?
This one, no.
Okay.
And then, okay, I gotta move because they're all stuck under me here.
Oh, they're resistant to plain old weaponry, huh?
That they are.
Force ballista. Ooh, 8.
8 does not hit.
Ready? And then try the bird.
The bird.
Another
The
18.
bird is the word. 18 hits.
All right. For 6 force.
Fantastic. Okay. Anything else?
That'll do it.
Okay. This one collects itself after taking a barrage of impacts. It snarls and says, "You're too late. Elturel is ours." Before it begins striking at you, Tiberius. It is first going to start a nice uppercut with its glaive, a wicked-looking weapon, barbed and obviously designed to inflict as much damage as possible. It is only a 9 to hit with that. But
That's
as it does miss on the upswing, it whips its head around towards you, and several of the snakes that comprise its beard lash out at you. That is a 21 to hit.
oh, that'll hit.
You take 6 piercing, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Let me
Honest,
do the.
cussing you.
23
23.
succeeds. The next...
Let me just do the. That takes off my temporary hit points and -1 here.
The next one moves into position behind Tiberius, kind of forming a bit of a battle line, blocking the rest of your way before he whips around and brings his glaive down into Tiberius's back. At advantage, 23 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
You take 10 slashing. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You do succeed. Fantastic.
And you said 10 damage.
Correct. It is then going to close the distance with you and lash out at you with its beard. 18 to hit.
It's the best
That
sentence
misses.
ever.
Okay. Brings us to Lulu, who cries out, "Watch out, friend!" and flies into battle. She is going to fly head first at the fiend next to you here, Tiberius. And...
I love her.
I know, she's awesome. She's my favorite. Alright. And she is going to ram it with his tusks. Ooh, and she crits! Go, Lulu! And does 4 piercing damage to this bearded devil.
You better give Lulu some chocolate.
That does bring us to this devil, who, seeing this sad display put on by Lulu, at least in his opinion, is going to lash out at his glaive at Tibbs.
Why did you run in there?
11 to hit Tibbs with the
Does not
glaive.
hit.
He then moves around over to here. Make a beard strike. 12 to hit.
That misses.
All right, Winnie. Brings us to you.
Oh, I'm gonna fire an arrow at this one first. Oops. This one first.
Okay.
Actually, I'll fire 2 arrows at him. Boop boop.
26. Nice crit.
On that one, I'm gonna add. Do I have to call this out beforehand? Hold on. The Kensei shot. No,
I'm
as
not
a
sure.
bonus action, I'm gonna add a D4 to that one with a Kensei shot, spending 1 key point.
Okay.
So 10 damage.
10, nice. Non-magical, correct?
Non-magical.
Okay, so 5 damage. And you were shooting at the injured one?
I'm gonna shoot at the one right behind Tibbs.
Got
this
it.
one. So they still have we get to go before all of them, so I think we can get them down before they go again. I'm gonna take a second shot at the same one. Or 14.
14. I do not believe 14 hits these guys. It do.
Oh, it does?
It do.
Cool.
Yeah.
So 9 piercing.
Okay.
Down to whatever, and then I'm gonna use my movement to flip over Bucky and get behind this one, brandishing out my katana.
Okay.
Nice.
That's turn.
Bucky.
First off is a bonus action. Bucky's gonna cast Magic Weapon on his
Nice.
Morningstar here.
Nice.
Get it nice and glowy with holy magic.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to dash up behind this one here and take a couple swings at him.
Ooh, an advantage.
Indeed.
At advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good hit.
25. And we are going to smite on this
Smite the wicked.
one. Which, Fiend, correct?
Fiend.
Alright. Go for the big bonk. For 28.
Fantastic.
Actually,
Nice.
I can re-roll that one I got on the piercing from Piercer.
Yeah.
I'm going to do.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
So-
That's.
That's better.
I know
Let's
anything
make
about
that-
what number's bigger than the other number.
Let's make that 23 damage.
All right.
That is
Oh.
It lets out a cry of pain as it whips around to face you, Bucky. Brings us to
And-
Rhea.
Oh, I get another swing.
Oh, nice. Do it.
Level 5.
Level 5,
Hey,
20
25.
hits.
For another 7.
All right.
Not smiting.
Okay, Rhea.
Rhea is gonna do. What do I want to do? This Rhea. What's her movement? 30 feet.
Mhm,
Okay,
30,
so yeah,
standard.
Rhea's gonna go here and bonk bonk multi attack.
15 hits.
For 9 slashing. I
Right.
do not believe that her attacks are
They are not.
magical. And then a 13, which I'm going to guess does
13
not hit.
just hits.
Just hits. Cool. For 4 more slashing halved, or.
Okay.
And that is her turn.
Time for the revenge of Tibbs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. He is going to attack the one that Bucky just smited because he knows there's some advantage on that one. 12 does not hit though, crud.
12 does not hit.
Let's try again. I might burn my sessional just to get that little buff. that
Red,
27
nice.
Do it.
for 15 points of damage on that one.
15. All right. He is
Uh,
staggered. Pretty injured.
And while we're at it, I'm just going to go ahead and just burn my action surge right quick. And he's going to get hit a couple more times. Ideally.
Nice, 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 nice.
24 for 12.
For
Frick,
12.
yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
And I get one more swing. I got 20 because of advantage, and I figure that'll hit, so 13.
Fantastic. Tiberius, this thing after taunting you, you strike it. It kind of does the thing where it takes the blow and then does a double take just in time to catch another mace strike to the face, and it kind of looks at you with a little bit of shock and confusion on its face as it stumbles back and dies.
Lovely.
And that is my turn.
All right. Anna.
Anna is going to burn a spell slot for Divine Favor.
Okay.
Which gives her
Nice.
an extra radiant damage.
On weapon attacks, absolutely.
She's going to shoot the longbow again. I think it still qualifies as sneak attack because there's people near it, right?
Correct.
All right. Making sure that's clicked this time. Plus a d4 of radiant. Oh, blit, 1. That's still 13.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to burn a war priest and do it again. Now, does sneak attack apply to that? Or
Only one per turn.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it off.
Which one are you striking at?
The same.
Okay, got it.
Does 17 hit him?
17 does hit.
And do you know if the divine favor gives me another d4 or no?
Let's see.
Until the spell ends,
Until the spell
and
ends,
it's
yeah.
1 minute.
So yeah, all of your attacks going forward until that spell ends for 1 minute.
In ones. So have another 4.
All right.
I'm dead.
Okay. Varys, back to you.
All right. We're going to start. Where did it go? With all reliable.
Oh, reliable.
On yep, yeah.
Not so reliable.
You know, I'll take this. I'll take the sessional. You know,
Okay.
it's not a crit though. I'm not gonna take it. Never
9
mind.
misses.
Never mind. And then gotta move out of the way again real quick so I can click on this, and then good old Cannon Force Ballista.
9 still misses. Unfortunate.
All right, Birdie. It's on you again.
It's an unfortunate round of attacks for Varys.
Oh, Ferris just face palms. And
Poor
the
birdie.
sulfur must be getting to me.
Oh no!
All right. Fantastic. That does bring us to this next devil. And it is going to... Who is most likely to hit? I think he's going to look around, measure his chances, and take a swing at Winnie.
Rude.
Winnie, that is a 24 to hit.
That hits!
Winnie, he brings the glaive in and strikes at you. It wickedly carves across your chest, and for 7 slashing and a Constitution saving throw, please.
You said 7 slashing. Con save. Oof. Oof.
Winnie,
Woof.
you see necrosis begin to form on the wound almost immediately. You see a bit of black ichor dripping away from the blade that lingers inside of the wound. It will then lash out at you with its beard. That is a crit. You take 13 poison damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw. You do succeed. Brings us to Lulu. And she flies over to here, using her flyby ability to avoid any opportunity attacks. And she shouts, "Do you trust me, friends?" Before anyone can answer, she takes a huge inhalation of air and lets out a blast from her trumpet, which showers all of you in what appears to be rainbow glitter.
Yes!
It lands on you and immediately kind of sparkles and drifts away. You can see, though, whenever it lands on one of these fiends, they begin to scream in pain. Constitution saves from the fiends.
That's a lot of radiant damage. Way to go, Lulu.
Half on success. They both fail. taking 22 points of radiant damage from Lulu's horn attack. Lulu lets out a triumphant trumpet. And it is Winnie's turn.
I see the one that striked at me, and I'm just gonna be like, right back at you, and take 2 katana strikes for 18.
18 hits.
And
17
a 24.
hits. Those both hit.
Cool. So 7 slashing, and it's my silvered katana, so it's full, and then 12. And then
Winnie,
I'm gonna.
How do you take it down?
I the
Nice.
same. Yeah, I just take my katana and slash across his chest, kind of severing some of the little beard tentacles as I go slash up it.
Winnie. It smiles at you as it drops to its knees, dying. Looks at the wound it delivered to you before it topples over. Winnie, at the end of your turn, you do take 1 more point of necrotic damage. We remain in initiative. Winnie, that wound is not closing. Bucky?
Would I recognize?
I think
like,
at this
poison?
point, Winnie would be like holding over the wound, but it's still gushing blood out.
Yeah, I'm like
unnaturally.
wheezing in pain.
Now, would lay on hands be able to cure this?
You can certainly try, or you
One
can.
disease or neutralize one poison. I'm definitely gonna try.
Okay.
So I'll spend the 5 points and try to remove this poison affecting her.
Okay.
There's the text for you.
And you said 5 points.
Correct.
It doesn't heal.
It
doesn't heal?
It doesn't heal.
No, I spend it to remove a poison.
Okay.
instead.
Okay. Bucky, let's go ahead and back that up a bit. Give her any healing at all, and this will go away.
I'll just give her the 5 then.
There you go. All right. So, with that, Lulu flies on over. She looks at the wound. She says, "It was an infernal wound. It was a really bad business. They don't stop bleeding. They don't stop hurting until something is done to staunch it." So she says she's seen that before.
Are we out of initiative?
We are out of initiative.
Because Anna's gonna come over and start fussing over Winnie, like checking her out, making sure
Yeah.
she's okay.
Winnie's just like rubbing her chest, like it still hurts just a little bit, but not like it was. Thanks, Buck.
Out of
Mhm. I got
curiosity,
you.
is that glaive something Anna can use?
Anna, when you
Does
pick it
Anna
up,
really want it?
the hilt remains, but the blade melts away into black ichor.
Noted.
Hmm.
I got another 10-foot pole, guys.
You are good, right, Anna? Your alignment.
Yes. Yes.
And just as a aside, everyone that was in Lulu's trumpet was good, right?
Yeah, neutral good.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
It might be chaotic good, but it's good.
Mhm.
Lulu's trumpet is literally called Trumpet of Sparkles.
I love it.
That is
so much.
literally the name of the ability.
Since we're out of combat, I'm going to go ahead and use my second wind feature to regain some hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna's going to ask you
What is
kindly
with-
to
why does
stop
it keep stopping the
running
music?
face first to danger.
Yeah, that's a job for Bucky. 'Cause he has the AC to do it.
Mine's a 19. It's not bad.
That is not
That
bad.
is true. That is true. You're
So-
the backup probably.
Or at least, or normally it's 18. No, or I'm assuming I still have that +1 with the infusion thing on either my armor or my shield.
The woman and
Yeah,
her
you
two
still have
children emerge from the building. She's holding the smaller of the two while the second holds onto her hand and they walk out. She says, "Thank Lathander for the lot of you. we were running out of food and water. We were going to try and make our way to the High Hall, but they found us after less than a block. If you hadn't come along, I don't know what would have happened.
What are you doing here?
We've been here. We've been here this whole time. When the city began to shake and we were dragged into here, we hid in our basement. We own a small shop just down the way. We had plenty of supplies for this. How long has it been? The little boy looks at his fingers and holds up 8 fingers. 8 days we've been down here.
We are planning on heading to the High Hall ourselves if you desire to accompany us.
Please, yes. Yes, that is where we were headed.
All right, let's move quickly and quietly then.
Mm-hmm.
She nods and she says, I have my bow. I can defend myself if need be.
I don't think that's going to do you much good against these things. If you see anything, hide.
She nods.
Go to bed. No.
All right, everybody.
Hey.
Let's go ahead and take our break. When we come back, you can continue your journey through Elturel. All right, everybody. So we are back. You have arrived in the ruined city of Elturel. All that you know so far is that it is suspended high in the air. You have yet to look over a side to see just how dire the situation is. However, now that you've gained your bearings a little bit, kind of know your location in the city, you need to take in the sounds that surround you. You hear the cacophonous din of battle happening somewhere in the distance. It seems far away, but the scale, the pure massive amount of sound that is coming from somewhere far below you cannot be ignored. Now, with 3 survivors in tow, a woman and her 2 young children, confirmation that defenders have rallied at the High Hall Cathedral. Where would you like to go first?
The High Hall Cathedral?
Do we want to stop by Winnie's bar?
I would like to, just to make sure they're not there first.
Are we able to ask the woman and if she has seen any other survivors out here?
Absolutely.
I'm going to name drop my kids and my mother who are in the city.
Okay. So as you're cautiously making your way northward, she would say that she knows that there are more survivors. Many people did live, although many died when the city was first drawn into this place, and still more have died in the days since, from the attacks of terrible creatures, a lack of food and water, and the collapse of many of the city's buildings. She says she doesn't recognize or remember seeing anyone that matches the descriptions that you've given her, but she says to have hope. A lot of people have survived so far. She says that she's been hiding in the basement of her tavern. Once those provisions ran out, she was forced to creep out, but if she was able to survive with her children, then chances are a lot of others have as well. She has heard that the eastern portion of the city is far worse off, that things seem to be really bad east of the High Hall. Not many survivors making their way out of there.
Well, Tibbs would like to look at the map that Winnie has.
Yes, I pull out the map of Elturel.
Okay. We know that the city is currently floating in midair, essentially. We know that there's essentially 2 bridges to possibly go across.
Forms Blade and
Mhm.
King's
When we
Reach,
do-
correct.
When we do, we need to be on the lookout because those are natural choke points for any forces that want to cut people off from going to one side to another. They're naturally made bottlenecks.
I don't
So
think
if I
we
were
can
any of
get
these-
around those though.
No, we can't get around it. I just want everyone to be wary and cautious. Since we are in midair, I am going to advise when we pass over them, us possibly utilize some rope or things of that nature, so if one falls off, the others can pull them up. If we do get
Okay.
attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Now the tavern was up here near Reach, right?
Correct.
Maybe that's a good place to get to, and then we'll prep from there
Yes.
before we go for the bridge.
I think it's a good idea.
Yes.
You can check
Agreed.
on Gerald. That was his name, right? The
Jaren.
owner of the cabin. Jaren. We can check on Jaren. Sestra, Colton. Maybe they're there hiding.
If we're lucky, they got to the high hall with everybody else. They've got no business being out here.
Just let them be safe.
Find them. Wherever they are, we will find them.
Okay.
Can I get us on the shortest, quickest path to the tavern from where we are?
Absolutely you can.
Stay close.
Okay. So, as you all move through the city, you can tell that things are not going well here. Several buildings are collapsing, in the process of collapsing. Several have already fallen. Fires lick almost every structure in the city, or have at some point recently. As you are all moving through the streets, in the middle of one of the roads, you see what looks like a humanoid corpse in the middle of the street, clutching a silvered, gleaming longsword in its hand. It appears you're maybe about 15-20 feet away from it at the moment. You've made your way about halfway to your destination at this point, about halfway to a pair of black antlers in the north. Right around there. Maybe about 15 feet away from this figure, the corpse seems badly charred. What do you do?
I
You immediately look
gleam
around for
longsword.
enemies.
Can Ferris use the bird?
Oh yeah, while we were walking, the bird was definitely
Um,
flying up around, kind of scouting.
Make a stealth check for your bird.
How do I do that for the bird?
Open up the bird's character sheet. And dexterity. If it is not proficient in stealth, it'll just be a dexterity check.
Whoa.
So you just click on the dex button.
can I look at Lulu and like kind of point towards the sword? Look familiar?
No, doesn't look familiar at all. Ferris, make a perception check for your bird.
And that would be wisdom.
Yes. Okay. So flying up above, the first thing that your bird would notice would be the clash between what looks like hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of fiends, demons and devils taking place below the city. Countless hordes of demons pour from the river Styx and clash against regimented lines of devil hordes arrayed against them. The scene seems to go on endlessly in every direction. Furthermore, a black rider atop a flaming horse makes circles in the air around Elturel. As your homunculus servant watches, you can see it dive down into the ground and a fiery explosion erupt from where it landed on the other side of the city from you all.
Oh boy.
Now, back to the business of the charred corpse in the street. What do y'all want to do? Do you leave it? Do you attempt to recover the sword? Investigate the body? Anything else?
I
Anna,
think that's the sword. Yeah.
Yeah, can I investigate the body and see if I recognize him as maybe someone that came to the bar, as someone that was local in Alterel?
Oh God, it's one of the Hell Riders, isn't it? Oh.
So, Winnie, Anna, you were approaching as well?
I'll go
Yes,
with them if
thank
they're
you.
gonna walk up to it.
So, as the three of you approach the corpse, Winnie, you, using your boot, kind of turn him over onto his back, and you do recognize him. Not closely, but you do recognize him as one of the city guards, not a Hell Rider, just a young man who was doing his best to defend his home. You don't see any obvious wounds on him except for the fact that he's obviously been severely burned. I need the three of you to make dexterity saving throws as the ground beneath him erupts in flame.
Fuck.
Take save.
Bucky and Anna, you're able to barely dodge out of the way just in time, singeing you just a bit, but unfortunately, Winnie, you do catch the full brunt as you're leaning over, seeing this young man that you once recognized from the city. Winnie, you do take 13 points of fire, the rest of you do take 6 points of fire.
And that 6 gets
So in
half
Anna's
by
case, it's 3.
Correct.
Bucky's as well. From the shield.
The shield, yep.
The blast rolls the body away a few feet, and now you can see beneath it a crack in the ground seems to be the source of this blast of fire.
It was bait.
The silvered
Is the
longsword
store-
has rolled away a few feet away from the body, from the blast. It appears to be intact and usable.
I'm gonna take
Winnie
that.
or Bucky? Yeah.
Yeah, I have
I'd
my
say-
silver longsword already.
Yeah, Bucky probably is the one who needs it the most because he has to
Go
use a
for it,
spell
buddy.
to.
Yeah, right now I'm using spells to.
Yeah, take it.
Did we not
Go,
silver
go,
his weapon yet?
Not the Morning Star.
Not his yet. The
We're
lance
gonna
you
have
did,
to-
but not the Morning Star.
We'll have to silver. Well, depending on how the sword works out, that we'll have to silver Rhea's sword. And then we gotta get those arrows silvered as well when we get a chance.
Yep. My arrows and my daggers and my hand axes, I wouldn't mind.
So, anything else you all would like to do here?
Is there anything else on the body?
Anna, a quick search of the body, now safely rolled away from the fire. A few moments later, the same spot does erupt in flame again, but now all of you are plenty far away from it to avoid it. Anna, a search of the body reveals a potion tucked away in one of his pouches. It's cold to the touch, likely why it survived this fiery onslaught. The vial contains a potion of frost giant strength.
Bucky and or Winnie
Oh
or
my.
Tibbs. One of our meleeers.
That does strength, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Give it to one of the boys. I'm Dex.
Dexy?
Yeah, I'm Dexy. Strength won't do me any good.
I'm gonna
Tibbs can
hand
have
it to
it if he wants it.
Tibbs.
Okay. I would definitely take it. I'll put that
That's
in
awesome. Personally, I'm disgusted by it, but you could use it.
Ooh, changes to 23 for an hour.
For an hour.
That could be useful. That could be useful at some point.
Yeah, that is
Whip a
huge.
demon's ass or an angel's ass.
Yeah, save that. Save that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a get out of jail free card.
Idris, don't go down there. Cat's in the hallway, Hank.
All right, everybody. Continuing on your way northward. You do eventually make your way to a pair of black antlers. It is not in good shape. The doors, all of the windows, from your viewpoint, appear to be busted in, not from the fall. You see along the side weapon marks, as if something was trying to bash its way into the building.
I'm running in there.
Winnie, as you run around, you turn the corner. Make a perception check.
Sorry, y'all.
Winnie,
I'm gonna take that 23.
you turn the corner just in time to see 4 hooded figures slink into the building.
No. Can I sneakily follow behind?
Absolutely.
Health check?
Yep. Add advantage with your 23 perception.
22.
You sneak in, and the first thing you see as you look around is a scene of carnage. There are bodies littering the floor. A battle of rather monumental proportions happened here. As you look around, as you first take that in, you see the 4 hooded figures slinking past all of this and into the back room of a pair of black antlers. They shut the door behind them.
Do I recognize any of the bodies in the inside?
You do not.
No young children?
No young children among them. These all seem to be soldiers, able-bodied fighters of various description. It appears that they were fighting here as a barricaded spot.
Could
Why
I
don't-
attempt to...
Why don't I go ahead and give you all a bit of a better visual representation of where you're at right now?
Would I recognize the room that they're going into as like a storeroom, as an office?
It is the back room, the same private meeting audience area where you all first met.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak up to just the wall where I'm like still out of sight from them. Like, not right at the door, but just away from.
Winnie, the door you saw them go through is this one.
This one?
Correct.
Okay, so I would be like right
Black box.
here.
Why are there 2 Winnies?
There are 2 we.
Because there's no me.
Because there's no Anna. Sorry.
I'm like, there are 2 me. I didn't even notice that.
Thank you.
I want to clarify real quick. Did you kill my bird earlier? Did that happen?
No, bird didn't die.
Okay, I completely
No.
misheard something then. Man.
The guy on the horse disappeared.
Yeah, your
Oh.
bird saw all of these things. Your bird across the city saw a black rider on a fiery horse dive bomb into the ground, and a fiery explosion ensued.
Okay, he
that was
was the dive
across
bomb.
the city.
Either he saw us and is going to report that, or he's coming closer to see what's going on over here. That's my assumption as a player.
So it does look like I misexplained that just a little bit. So let me go ahead and bring you back here for just a quick second. From here, Your bird flying around in circles within like 100 or so feet of you saw that Black Rider dive bomb into this portion of the city.
Okay.
Like he was flying, patrolling, saw something, and brutally attacked.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I like blacked out for like a second in the middle of your explanation there the first time, and all I heard was the going down. I was like, wait a minute, did my bird just get shot down? He rolled a 20 on his stuff.
A question: should I be able to see in this place that we're at?
Into what place? Like, should you be able to see it all? Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Let me turn the light on.
Yeah, I have the same thing where I'm just in black.
Is Lulu giving off light?
Lulu does give off a little light. She glows.
I was gonna be like, she
I love
glowing.
Oh, I have a question. How long since that encounter has it been?
It's been about 20 minutes. So, Winnie, are you still hurt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hurt from the fire,
Right.
but we cured my wound.
Okay.
Tibbs is going to try to sneak up here kind of near where Winnie is, just in case.
Winnie is trembling right now.
I give herself a clear fucking shot from across the. She's got arrow out.
Pierce is going to direct his that's what I wanted. His cannon to hang out with Tibbs here on his shoulder.
As I'm here, am I able to hear anything like upstairs?
Make a perception check. So this is the door into the back room where you all were having your meeting. Upstairs would be over here.
Mm-hmm. But I'm assuming they're like at least maybe hear like footsteps or something creaking around upstairs. Any like weight shifting?
Make a perception check.
People up there? Nope.
You do not hear anything above you.
Okay. Focusing on this door. Are we able to hear them talking?
There is no talking.
Let's do this.
Hang on. Do we know if they're friends or enemies for sure?
Well, we're not going to find out till we open the door.
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're not going in guns blazing.
No, I'm ready to shoot them if we don't know who they are.
In that case, Tibbs is going to try to slowly open the door.
Make a stealth check, Tibbs.
Carefully as possible.
They're people, we won't shoot them. Which I feel is a good rule of thumb for all of us.
I do not have a session at the moment because I got a crit on a hit, so I, of course, took it early this time. So.
The door
Use
squeaks
12.
a bit as it swings open. But the three hooded figures do not seem to notice. As the door opens, you see one of these 4 black hooded creatures lift what looks to be a human arm up to its hood. And you all hear what can only be the sound of eating.
For guns ablazing?
Roll initiative.
Yep.
You all have surprise.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, Bucky. One of these days you'll.
Oh, Bucky.
Bless your himbo heart.
It's the negative 0.92 that really makes it for me.
How did that happen?
It's the tiebreakers. So I actually got a 4, but with the tiebreaker it takes it to the 3.08.
Makes you feel any better, you're further from 0 than I am.
It really doesn't.
It really doesn't. Okay. Winnie, you do appear to be first up. Let me go ahead and roll for Lulu real quick. We'll verify that. Lulu does get a nat 20, but she still only gets a 20 flat. So, Winnie, you do appear to be first in the initiative. What would you like to do?
Do I have a clear shot?
You do.
Standing right here.
Absolutely.
I'm going to fire 2 arrows at this one.
All right.
Actually, can I make one shot with my short bow and then throw a silver dagger at him?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. So it's going to be short bow.
19 hits. Strikes this first one
dagger.
Squarely in the back. The 20 also hits. Dagger embedded in it.
All right. So that's 4 piercing, 6 piercing, and then I'm going to bonus action. What do I want to do? Bonus action, where is it? I'm going to bonus action shift. So then I get an extra 10 feet of movement. I become more cat-like when you see me shifting, just more hair growing like on my body, becoming a little bit more furry. And I also get hit points, my level plus my con, and that'll be turn.
All right. That does bring us to Lulu, who looks up into there and cries out, "The dead!" and charges it. Smacks this one in the back with with her tusks for 2 whole ass piercing damage.
I love her.
And then she flies away.
One for each tusk.
So you all would have seen her flying around and noticed that she is very, very fast. She has 120 foot fly speed.
Hell yeah.
And,
that's my girl.
And flyby. She is a speedy little air combat machine.
Pew pew. Pew pew.
Brings us to Anna.
Going
Oh.
to kill the dead.
Okay.
Shield the dead.
Better told him.
Ew. Ew. What the? Yeah, holy, those faces. Right.
Bruce.
Gross.
So. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like
Wisdom
to do the one that's
save.
really missing hit points, please.
Got
Roll
it.
D12.
It does fail that.
Yes, please.
Roll 2d8.
Hooray, D12.
Oh, 1d12. You're right. 1d12.
D12?
Are you a level 5 cleric?
1d12. No, 1d12.
I am a level 4 cleric.
Okay. Next level of cleric will go up to 2d12, but for now is 1.
Whoa. Don't. Hold on. Don't cantrips scale with your total level, though?
Do they?
I thought that they did.
Well, then that would make it 2d12.
That's kind of what makes.
Oh, then it. D12. Sorry, y'all.
Nope, that's fine.
Are you sorry? Oh, so good.
No, you're good. It doesn't necessarily make sense, but that's why warlocks are really strong with Eldritch Blast.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Fantastic.
love.
So
Like
19
fire.
points. So, Anna, as you lift your holy symbol and speak the words, the thing reaches up to its ears and clasps at them, howling, its strange tongue lashing back and forth as it drops the arm that it was holding onto and gnawing at. The other 3 turn around towards you, each of them carrying a body part or lifting a body part from the body of the man on the floor. Rhea's turn.
Rhea is
She is going to step
going.
back. Well, we're-
Okay.
Yeah, Rhea will step here for 15 feet of movement. And then what's the range of a heavy crossbow?
It's big.
Big? Okay, so I'm definitely
You are
in line of
100%
sight.
in range.
100 feet. Yeah.
Cool. So she's gonna take
100 feet normal range. Feet long.
Okay. So we're gonna take a shot with my heavy crossbow for 13.
13 just hits.
Cool. 6 piercing.
Right.
And then I'm
It
gonna
drops.
move. Perfect. She's gonna just take. How much is her movement? I have 15 more feet. So I'm just gonna take a step back like that. Kind of start guarding the door.
Okay. Varys.
Yes. So he is going to take a step forward to get a clear shot at this one, and he is going to hold up the staff, and he is going to use all reliable Ray of Frost.
14 hits.
All right.
Which one are you shooting at?
This one right here.
Got it.
Ooh, 13.
13. Right. Anything else? Oh, yep, you got your minions.
Oh,
Your minions.
Yes. All right. Cannon's going to take a side step off of Tibb's shoulder here, and then it is going to fire Force Blast at the same one
Nice.
for 16.
16 hits.
For 10. 10 force damage.
Nice. And you can also shove it up to 5 feet backwards if you want to.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Slow,
Get 'em outta
thrown
here.
Backwards.
And then,
I love it.
just a second. Where was it? On my shoulder. Yep, that's in range. And then, good old Bloodwing is going to do a force strike for.
8 is no good.
You know what? Let's
Gonna
I'll
take
take
that
a
crit.
sentinel.
Sounds good.
And that one is going to be aimed at. Yeah, same one.
Same one. Good choice. For 8 more force. Fantastic. Alright. Holes
I
are
can't
being
remember-
blown through this thing. It is falling apart, but it is still barely holding on.
I can't remember what do I do for crits again?
It does it for you. It's automatic. It doubles
Oh.
your damage dice.
How does it know that this one was a crit?
It's what do you mean? When you see how it says 4 strike down there in the green 20? That means it's registered as a crit. Whenever a crit is registered, either on your regular roll or advantage, it automatically puts that in there. So if you hadn't had advantage on it, it would have just been 4. Since it's a crit, it's the 8.
Okay, gotcha. So it would have still showed the 4 plus 4. Like, let's say I rolled like a 16 and a 20, and we just went with the 16. It would still say the 4 plus 4, but we would only count the 4.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes so much more sense to me now.
Alright.
Gotcha.
All right. Anything else?
And that'll do it.
Tibbs.
These things are taking damage from regular attack.
They are.
Normal damage from regular attacks, right?
They
Okay.
are.
Tibbs is gonna kind of strafe this way. Aim for whichever one is the most damaged, and he's going to lob a hand axe at it.
Nice.
The
Misses.
first one misses. So he's gonna-
The second one strikes it squarely in the head.
Yeah, because see, the second one he was aiming straight for that tongue, trying to pin it to itself.
Oh.
Fantastic.
So
With 7,
7 points of damage.
you do so. The axe strikes it square in the tongue, pinning it to its lower jaw, severing most of the top of its head. Down it goes.
And he's going to pop up his mace for whenever these things come. And well, he'll probably stay somewhere in here. Yeah, he'll stay there in case something comes up. But he's keeping to the side in case Bucky needs to get up there to do something.
Bucky.
Bucky's gonna do something. Alright,
Do it, Bucky,
so
do it.
5, 10. Oh, that's where they are. I couldn't see them. So we'll rush up and sidestep just in case people need to see. And we're gonna take 2 swings with the Morning Star. Which you said it's been like 20 minutes, so
Correct.
magic weapon would still be up.
Mm-hmm.
For a 13.
13 just hits.
12 piercing.
Fantastic.
And then take our second swing.
Good hit.
2 for another 10.
Right.
Big old swings on this guy in front of me. And then I think we're going to sit tight there.
Okay. Winnie.
Oh, Winnie is gonna be following her friend. Use 45 feet of her now 50 feet of movement.
Nice.
Pew, pew. Taking out her longsword as she's running in. Taking a swipe at this one first.
23
For
hits.
23. For 8 slashing.
Right. Carving a
And
rent
then-
right up its back.
Gonna take a second strike at him. For 18.
18 hits.
For 10 slashing.
10 slashing, you take the creature's head squarely off.
And then turning around, flurry of blows at the one behind me. So 2 unarmed strikes at him. For 20.
Hits.
For 4. And the second one for 9.
9
Misses.
does not hit.
Alright, and then I just take a defensive position and have +2 to my AC. So
Okay.
18 AC right now. And that's turn.
Lulu flies in, does a bonk, hits, flies back out. Anna.
Going to step up to the door again so she can see what's going on. Dang it, Winnie. And toll the dead again.
Dead. Wisdom saving throw result is 17 this time. Unfortunately, Toll the Dead does not go off.
She's going to scoot so she can't see.
Okay.
Winnie! Be careful!
As you shout that, the creature, the one remaining creature, hungrily looks at you, Winnie,
Mm-hmm.
and it is going to lash out with its claws. It's only a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Fantastic. Brings us back to Rhea, who is standing guard by the door, right?
Yeah, can she
Does she
peek
have
her
a
head out?
crossbow shot?
She has a crossbow shot, I believe. Yep, so I can fire from there, but first can she peek out the door, make sure nothing is afoot?
Absolutely. She peeks out, looks around, and as she glances up, she sees that black rider flying overhead. It passes and continues on deeper into the city, seemingly unnoticing of you.
Slowly close the front door. Very inconspicuously, and then take a shot at this one.
Okay. 18 hits.
18. 10
Fantastic.
piercing.
Several of you feel the air passing of a crossbow bolt zipping past you and then embedding squarely into the creature's chest.
And that's turn.
Okay. Ferris.
All right. Take a couple of steps into the room. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hang on, we need to grab that while I'm at it. All right. Ray of Frost, of course, at this one. For a 9. That won't do. And then Kalen's going to do the Force Ballista for 19.
19 hits.
All right. For 9 force damage.
If he pushes it away, do I get an opportunity attack?
Unfortunately, force movement does not.
Oh,
provoke
force
opportunity
movement.
attacks.
Force movement.
Okay. Definitely push it though.
Okay.
Just to push him up against the wall because it's funny. And then Good old Bloodwing was his fourth strike. Okay, that didn't do nothing. And that'll do it.
Okay. Bucky or Tiberius. Tiberius.
So this is going to 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. There we go.
Nice.
He's going to do some mace smacking.
Okay.
It'll pop up. 13 for the first hit.
13 hits.
8 for the second.
8's no good.
But that's still
What?
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. How'd you take it down, Tibbs?
As he kind of rushed in there, he just kind of did started to kind of low on his left side and just brought it straight up on an upward diagonal to just smack the head cracking, and there's also that sort of little snap of the neck breaking as well.
Awesome. All right. We are now out
Kind
of
of the head
initiative.
is looking behind it.
All right.
And he is going to recollect his hand axes and
Yeah, Winnie picks up the silver dagger and starts running around the
Winnie,
room.
as you reach down to pick up the silver dagger,
Oh no.
almost subconsciously avoiding looking at the body which you now stand over.
Oh no.
First see dark hair, deep scraggly beard. Jaren's body is directly beneath you.
I was gonna ask that next.
Surrounding him are several others who appear to have fallen valiantly defending this place. There are dozens of fiendish bodies, monstrous creatures of all kinds felled around them. But this was their last stand.
Well, I just collapse on the floor, sobbing. I will avenge you and our home. You gave me and the twins a place to live when we lost everything. I'll take this back, Jaren, I promise. Winnie's just... Bucky, you'd never seen this side of Winnie. At least not in years since she lost her parents. And she's just silently sobbing. Just tears running down her face as like the fur begins to like recoil into like normal human skin.
We need to find the kids. They're not here. Hopefully
Where
they
are
got
they?
out.
We
As
search
you-
all the bodies, see if there's any other useful weapons or just anything that could be useful.
As you all begin to search the premises, you see that the stairs upstairs are blockaded rather heavily. Blockades
Winnie's gonna
seem to
start
have held.
running. Winnie's tearing down the blockade and running upstairs.
When you make it upstairs, and you can see that whatever battle raged below did not get up here. As you begin searching through the various rooms of the tavern of the inn, you find most of them empty. Several of them appear to be set up as defensive structures, but most of the windows are open. You make your way to the back corner,
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my room, like where me and my siblings stayed.
make your way to that room, and you can... The first thing that you notice is that it is blockaded. Somebody has set up dressers and chairs to make this door nearly impossible to open. In a desperate fit, you manage to break through it almost immediately. Inside, you see your old room, much the way that you last left it, except on the wall is drawn a beautiful mural of what Elturel may have looked like once. You recognize it as the handiwork of one of your siblings. One more talented with the artistic ways. Something that they do whenever they're scared or nervous. Beautiful to see, a beautiful scene drawn across the wall. There's no one here. The window has been broken out, and you see evidence of somebody having left through them.
Is there a note? Anything? Did Colton leave me anything telling me where they went? He would take care of Zestra.
As you continue to look around, you do see that while most of the painting, most of the mural that's been drawn onto the wall is pretty true recreations, the High Hall Cathedral has a bright light as if a sunbeam was shining down onto it.
They're there. I go back downstairs. Let's go. They're not here. They're at the hall. Winnie's like oddly cool, calm, and collected. At least that's what she's showing.
See if we can get through Torm's Reach. This is the closer of the passages across.
Well,
I am still going to suggest that we make sure that we do tie off to one another in case somebody is knocked aside, just in case there's any ambush
Good.
set there.
We have the mom and her kids stay here with like Lulu or something. Go do a quick check of the bridge before we take everybody.
oh, we could send the bird to check on the bridge.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm just thinking before we charge up this bridge with people who don't need to be in the fight.
You would say that the safety is in numbers here.
Mm-hmm.
She says that she's pretty confident that she could defend them against a couple devils, but what if a whole patrol came across this place? She says, stick together.
Oh, Lulu knows more than the rest of us.
Lulu is also the only one who can fly us across. Like, if one of us does get knocked off, you know, she flies.
Lulu's strength is 4.
Damn it, Lulu.
It's a little
What?
flying, cutesy little thing. You don't expect her to be big and strong.
You know what?
Wasn't she a mount? She was a mount.
She was a war mammoth. Does Lulu strike you as a war mammoth in her current state?
Oh no.
Oh, she's a little cutie. Little cute baby.
So it just occurred to Ferris as well as me. We haven't heard from the shield since we got down here.
The shield is sulking.
Because we put him.
Yeah, I did forget to mention this. Shortly after arrival, Bucky, you would have heard, "At last! Freedom!" And then silence. And if you tried to speak to him, you would have just been sulking.
I think I would have been a little too busy dealing
Right.
with everything really
Exactly.
quick about his
That happened
feelings.
while you were in your first fight.
Is he like?
Oh,
I
you
love that
go.
that happened to him.
Oh, I was just gonna say, is he like, so being like, oh,
Yeah.
So, like, maybe one of us will hear him and pay attention to him.
Sure.
Cool.
None of
Ferris
us do.
finds it fascinating, so I mean, he's all about it. Question, and he asked Bucky this out of respect. Perhaps we should ask, what's his name again? The shield.
Oh, that is.
I wrote it down.
Gargoth,
I have it in the note right
the
here.
Hidden Lord.
Ah, yes, the Hidden Lord. Yeah, I think we should ask the Hidden Lord if. I mean, do we think he has any sway over any beings here?
I don't think so.
Wasn't he turned into this by someone, by the old ruler? The old head of Avernus?
I think they like him down here very much.
Well, no,
am
he
I
got
remembering
sealed by
incorrectly?
a group of knights. He used to be a pit fiend, but in his current state, I think he'd be a joke to these devils.
But I'm saying,
He's
what
a shield maiden.
was it by knights, or was it by like someone down here that turned him into the shield?
It was knights. If I remember right, I could be misremembering.
I can check.
I just don't have anything written down about him. That's why I can't remember.
Shield of the Hidden Lord.
River baby, what you getting into?
She's getting an apple.
Where is he?
Another one?
Yeah.
Under the villa.
Okay.
Okay, so okay. An order of knights imprisoned him.
Okay.
Right, everybody. What is the plan of action?
I would say we're going to need to approach the bridge going across.
Very
Do we want to
carefully.
go to Torm's, or do we want to go to Blade? I know this one is closer to us, but Torm's Blade is closer to the High Hall.
Yeah. And there is also the fact that on Torm's Blade, once we get across, there are other buildings nearby for potential cover from aerial observation.
And yeah,
The
and
thing I'm worried
can-
about that is there could be more. There's also more opportunity to be ambushed from that as well. I don't know if we should be avoiding buildings or.
I
Staying in
know my
them.
way around this city like the back of my hand. I know the alleyways, everything to get us where we need to go quickly and carefully.
The shortest
In
route
any
from where we are
case-
then.
Yeah, here, I'll put it up again,
Yeah.
but I can basically get us to this anywhere twice as fast that our speed would normally take us. And I would make sure that even that we would do like slowly and stealthily at the best way to get to High Hall. So normal speed, but
Least
best
amount of
route.
time in the open, basically.
I say that perhaps the best option would be to try Torm's Blade, because again, that gets us part way down to High Hall.
That's not a bad idea.
But we can't. But it may also just depend upon how each bridge looks as well. So, either way, let's get this underway.
I like it. Picasso. Go.
All right.
So, Torm's Blade?
Moving
Torm's
to
Blade.
Torm's Blade. Okay.
Safest, shortest route.
Safest, shortest route. Okay. Alright, alright. Right. So, as you're all making your way southward once again, Winnie, you're still the highest passive perception at 19, right? And you know where you're going.
18. Yeah.
So you see this on top of a building, pondering you all as you pass.
It sees us.
It sees you. It's watching you. It kind of tilts its head, and as soon as you look up and make eye contact with it, it kind of leans down and hops down to the first floor of the building that it was on, down to a balcony. It looks at you. You are among the living, not of the fiendish natures. What is it like to be? It then hops down onto the ground level.
How big is this compared to us? It's like right in front of me at this point.
It stands as it's hunched about 8 feet tall. So even hunched over, it is still
So
taller
it's
than you.
massive.
It is large.
Okay.
We know what it is?
History checks at advantage to check and see if you recognize it from your studies.
Alright.
I will not have history.
Jeez.
Anybody else that spent time studying fiends in Candlekeep?
I did. And I do have
Religion?
proficiency in history.
Acceptable.
Can I do? Oh, never mind. I was like, I do religion. But no,
So-
I do not.
Tiberius, you recognize this creature as a Vrock, a demon, not a devil. Obsessed with philosophy and understanding the inner workings of mankind and the various sentient beings of the prime material plane. It leans in. What is your meaning here? Why do you search? Why are you? It leans in really close to you, Anna. Its beak only a couple inches away from your face. Why do you believe? Tilts its head back and forth quizzically.
Because what other choice do we have but to believe?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not good at persuasion. I took intimidation.
See what happens.
That was good.
Its brow kind of furrows. It reaches up a massively clawed hand up to its beaked chin and strokes it. Indeed. What other choice do we have but to exist? But to be? And to be is to believe. Yes. Yes. I shall ponder this. It then turns and slinks away into an alleyway.
I'm watching it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Roll up the windows, go.
Roll up the windows.
Very much that. Very much that.
Oh.
This really makes me think about the times I would go to the city.
Was anyone else? Yeah, was anyone else holding their car keys between their fingers just now?
Yeah. Like you're being polite because they're not being like outwardly weird, but you can tell like,
Overly
okay, like this
aggressive.
can go
This
like
could go bad very quickly.
this could either be like real easy going, like, sorry, I don't have any cash on me kind of conversation, to like turning around being like, police!
Waiting for a demon to walk up with a spray bottle and some newspaper.
All
Each
right.
weapon-
Oh God, no! Anna is speed walking to the
Yeah,
bridge.
Winnie is like backing away. Like, I still trained on the alley that it went into before like peeking behind the next alley that she can run to, like leading the
Alright.
others to the bridge.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Dice.
Right? Oh yeah, that thing would not have been pleasant to have to fight. But
Yeah, no, I'm good on fighting right now.
It's philosophical.
it pontificates. It literally says the Vrock pontificates on the vagaries and possible meanings of existence and belief.
Don't we all?
So I did exactly. That was the best thing I could have said. To
Literally.
it. Great.
Oh, demons are a trip. Like, devils are predictable, right? They are going to do the thing that is in their best interest and in the best interest of whoever it is that they serve. And that is it, right? Demons are wild cards, like the pure definition of a wild card. You never know what you're
Demons
gonna expect
have a little bit of depth to them.
Mm-hmm.
Eccentricities.
Eccentricities indeed. Now he's a philosophizer. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Okay. Right, everybody. Making your way to Torm's Bridge.
Making my way downtown. all
Walking
through
fast.
Walking
Torm's
fast.
Bridge.
Walking faster.
Walking fast. Trying to save my sibling. Do-do-do-do-do.
All right. So, do you have your scout up in the air,
Yeah.
or are you keeping him safe on ground level?
We split the difference.
How so?
Make sure he doesn't go too high up, and basically set him off as like.
If he goes
Stealth
above the
is
building
key.
lines, he will have to make stealth checks to avoid detection. So in other
I think
words,
I'd
if he
rather
goes-
just have him.
Yeah, if he
shoot
goes high
ahead
enough-
a few blocks forward, as
A few blocks
opposed to.
forward. Okay.
Can
Yeah,
I be
and then
scanning
come back.
Can I be scanning the skies then?
Sure. Yeah, from ground level you can certainly do that. And
Perception?
so yeah, so anytime the homunculus goes above the building levels, basically if it goes high enough to see far enough, it will have to make a stealth check. But scouting a couple blocks ahead is totally fine and will not require anything.
Yeah, I think as we're walking, just have it constantly, of course, below the building line.
Okay.
And with stealth as its key priority, like even where it is, so if it has to stop or if it sees something before it gets, 2-3 blocks ahead, it immediately will turn around and
Okay.
let us know.
So, it would report back to you that the bridge is guarded. There are several fiends occupying it. They appear to be armed and armored, standing in a rigid formation, obviously devils.
How many is several?
There appear to be 6 that the homunculus was able to see. 4 in the air and 2 on the bridge.
Are we able to see from where we're at if there's any figures at this bridge?
So if we have eyes on Torm's Bridge through the homunculus, that would put you all right here. And no,
Okay.
you would not be able to see Torm's Reach from where you are.
I could
Do
send
we
them
want
close
to
again.
Did I put
examine Torm's reach and see?
on Tiamat's crown and try and trick them? No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding.
Question: how is everyone as far as nature?
As far as what?
Health and things of that nature.
I'm at 16 hit points, so I'm not doing too great, but your girl can stand her own a little bit.
I mean,
I'm at
I
full
can help
health.
top you off if
Do
we think we have a fight coming.
I can
well.
as well.
The question I had is, do we need to try to for a short rest in a building before we try to punch through?
Let's ask Lulu what she thinks of what we should do as far as getting to the other side.
I don't like our idea, our odds of hiding. There's too many people about, or fiends about.
Yeah.
Lulu would
Thanks.
say as much, that it would be possible, but fiends are regimented. If nothing else, they likely have patrols moving through every block of this city on a structured timeline. So
We gotta scoot.
Okay.
it would be
So in
possible,
that case-
but it would also be entirely possible that you are discovered.
Okay. So do we want to try to punch through at this place, or do we want to examine towards Reach as well before to see which one has the greatest opposition?
When you make a perception check, you said you were
Perception?
keeping your eye on the sky, right?
Yes, I am, because we heard about that flying horseman. 21.
Winnie, your attention is drawn skyward just in time to realize that you are in the path of its current searching pattern.
I pin everyone up against an alley wall, like any alcove that I can find. I'm going to pull everybody into it and say, keep quiet.
You pin everyone up against the wall, everyone remains quiet, gets out of sight quickly. The Black Rider passes by overhead. You all watch it as its back turns to you and begins flying away in an opposite direction. And at that moment, you all hear a bestial howl. It sounds like multiple creatures all screaming in one unified voice. Anger, chaos embodied is the sound that you hear echoed through. The Black Rider's head whips into that direction. You see it pull an unholy flaming lance from its side and charge in the direction of the howl, across the sky and away from you all.
Can you ping where he flew, what direction he flew?
He flew down here.
Cool. Okay. Nice. Second question about the rider. Is he wearing like a full helm? I can't see his face at all.
With a 21 perception check, yes, a full helm, full black spiked armor wreathed in flame.
Did it have heraldry on it?
From where you all are standing, I would say you would not have been able to see.
But I can just tell he's wearing like full armor, like
Full armor, full helm.
I would be able to say like he's like a high ranking
Oh, yes.
in an arm. Okay. I think this might be a former
Did-
Hell Rider.
Did the guard on the bridge head that direction?
No, the guards on the bridge looked up to see the commotion and then resumed their duty of guarding the bridge.
Well, now that we know that is going the opposite way of where we're trying to look, is it safe to say I could safely send my bird to
Check out Torm's Reach.
quickly, to quickly get out there
Yeah,
without
that's
having to worry about
an
getting caught?
excellent idea. The Black Rider is distracted at the moment.
I would be telling Varys like the best way to be sending his bird.
Okay.
And he goes and does exactly as she says. By the way, the bird speaks all the languages that I speak.
Oh, okay. I thought only
you just let him know.
Yeah, I didn't know that I could speak to the bird. I thought only you can communicate with it. So
I imagine for the command itself, but he would be like, yeah, everything she just said.
Okay.
Let's go, buddy.
yeah, so I would just tell the bird which way to go then.
Your clockwork bird takes off, flying northward towards Torm's Reach. Okay. Can you all hear me when I roll dice? Because I know the recording can pick it up, but can you all hear it when I drop dice?
How?
Sometimes.
No.
Okay.
Like an
I'm
actual
really
dice,
I'm gonna,
like a
I'm gonna-
real life dice.
Yeah.
No, I can't hear
Okay.
anything.
What
when you
about
do
I
now?
have a question.
Yeah.
How How long is the bridge? Like what's the length of it?
100 feet or more. 20 feet wide, 100 feet across. Anyone
Ah.
who's been into El Terrell before, all of you, would remember that. It is 100 feet long, 20 feet wide.
Thank you.
And that's both of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. After maybe about 10 minutes or so, your clockwork bird returns, reporting that the other bridge is equally guarded. Literally
Oh.
equally, the same
Okay.
type and number of beings on it.
Well,
Let's just do it.
Well,
Tibbs notches and arrows. They can try to plink at a few of those.
I'm gonna
before
give Minnie-
Before they get in close combat range.
before we just get going in there, question: do we know how long we have been here so far?
No more than 2 hours. We'll
Okay,
say about an hour to an hour and a half.
From that, have we been able to discern the timing of about how long the route takes for the Black Rider?
I would say that would require an investigation check and a stealth check. To really map out its flight path, you would need to get onto a building and watch it as it makes its entire circuit around, which means you would
Not
have
so much the path as much as, okay, like we've been on. Let me change things here. Like we've been
Oh.
pretty much here and here, so like we know we've seen it at least twice now. So I was wondering if we knew
3 times.
if we could estimate about how long we
Um,
have to get across this bridge to minimize the chances of it actually catching us while in that fight.
Okay. While I think about that,
On that point, do any of them have like any visible horns or means of alerting the rider? Because your girl got a silence spell.
Ooh, good
I think
call.
you will
That
have
would
to
be
get
good
within
Quiet until we kill
visual.
them.
You'll have to get within visual range of the bridge.
I think that would be good in general to just use on them, just to be safe. Because
Yeah.
I'm on fire and so is everything else. I think I could handle it. I'm just saying. It's 120 feet. As long as I can see them, I can make it happen.
yeah, I think this, like one of the first things you should do is that's a killer idea is like silence them, whether they have something or not. If they can't be casting spells, if they can't be shouting to get the attention of others, that is supreme
Yeah.
thinking.
Do you want me to try to stealth a little bit closer to see what I can find out?
So
Well, the bird
while
just told us.
we think about that, Ferris, to your original question, no, you've not been able to determine its pattern currently. I believe we're going to stick with if you want to figure out its flight pattern and figure out its timings, you would need to spend some time investigating that and potentially risk discovery. That is a measured risk, of course. It's not guaranteed. It's not even likely, but possible. You need to get onto a rooftop and watch it as it makes its circuit throughout the city, and at which point you'd be able to get a solid idea of how long it spends over certain areas, if it favors any areas, and also get a better idea of what it's specifically up to.
Gotcha.
That would have to be
Oh,
a
is-
rooftop observation.
I'd
That's
say
a
we
good
take our
idea.
chances for now, but we do that later for sure.
Yeah, when we get to
I'll-
the high hall, I think that's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
But we know it's over here right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's start moving. right?
Before we move, I'm gonna lay on hands Winnie for another 15.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's
yeah,
beautiful.
I could do a cure wounds as well if needed.
I'm at 31, so I'm only down by 7 hit points, so I'm fine. Like, I'm okay not being at full.
Cool.
You
Thank you,
all
though.
hear a great horn sound in the distance. Far, far from where the city is, possibly from somewhere far below. It booms, blotting out the cacophony of the battle happening below you. and suddenly the city begins to tremble. I need each of you to make dexterity saving throws as the city begins to rock as if under an earthquake. And you notice it drops several feet.
It's getting pulled. Fuck me, bro.
Anyone who
I think I'll use
anyone
my
who got
sessional.
it's there's no consequence. You just fall down. So you can totally do that if you'd like to maintain your pride.
No, I have none.
Anyone got less than a 12 falls prone.
Alright, well, I stand back up.
Yeah, same.
Winnie's a little not all there right now, understandably so.
Well.
Let's go.
Do we want to try to get forward without them noticing us so we can at least spring some attacks on them before they know we're there?
I think silencing the bridge, or as much of it as we can as we go through it, because I can move the spell as we move.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, moving
maybe
into
bedtime,
visual range of the bridge.
Yep.
I can cast silence from 120 feet.
So we'll
As
say
long
that
as
you
I
are
can-
in the buildings directly across from the entrance onto the bridge currently.
And ready to move once it's cast.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound fair, guys?
Yeah.
Yep, we don't move until you cast it.
Alright.
Okay. As you all approach the bridge, you see a rift in the earth, dividing Elsrel into two sections. The riotous din of battle taking place far below is considerably louder here, echoing up and through the jagged open chasm. A bridge, 20 feet wide and more than 100 feet long, spans the chasm. Holy runes are etched into the stonework of the bridge, indicating that the structure has been consecrated in the name of Torm. The fiends atop it seem uncomfortable to be on it, seemingly discouraged being on a bridge consecrated in the name of the god of self-sacrifice and courage. There are 6 infernal creatures standing guard at the center of the bridge, scanning in all directions.
What is their clumping like? Are they within the 20 feet of each other?
You all observe them from this building.
Much more of these busters.
Can no one see?
No, I can see them.
I can hear it. Oh yeah, they're all together. Okay, cool. Yep, that's where the silence spell's going.
Let me go ahead and find out why my bot can't see anything. You know what? We don't need dynamic lighting on this map.
The 20-foot sphere.
Pew, right there.
Anna. And anyone
River
else
baby.
proficient in religion. Make religion checks,
I am.
please.
Hopefully it goes better than last time. Oh,
21. There are runes of power etched into each of the cornerstones that you can see at the front of the bridge. With a 21, you understand that they are designed to expel evil from the bridge. Literal defensive measures. You'll roll really
Like
high
right
on
here?
those. Yep.
okay. How are those activated? Do we know?
They are usually activated through a prayer.
Oh, motherfucker! Here we go.
What are y'all doing?
Tibbs is touching his just lightly touching the holy symbol of the god Torm, because that's actually the one that he follows.
Mm-hmm.
Just, well, this is fortuitous.
Alright, I can either do silence or I can do divine favor. I think silence might be more important right now.
Yeah, I think so.
I think the silence is still the best option.
Now, are we just gonna kill these guys and go, or are we just trying to blow past them?
Maybe we
I
could-
think we don't want them at our backs either.
That's fair.
I want to know what happens when we click these buttons and if they go
Same.
flying.
Samesies.
Because evil?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Dear Katha,
Okay, so what y'all want to do?
so if we already know that those things are activated by prayer, I won't lie, Anna's casting silence, and she's just gonna start walking straight up to the damn pillar.
I have a question, quick. Do we know what the radius is of this prayer to have to be from these to work?
Or what the
She's gonna
prayer
get
has to
up on
be?
it.
Not until you get on top of it.
Yeah, she's just. If you guys are cool fighting, Anna can maybe try to pray. She is a cleric.
Yep.
Okay.
There
Let's
are
go.
2 of them.
Who wants to help me pray?
Rhea, maybe?
I mean, I can.
Yeah. Rhea has
Does
plus
she have
3 to
proficiency?
religion.
She does.
She does have proficiency in religion. She can take this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say thematically Rhea or Bucky would be the best options.
All right, me and Rhea, let's correct this mistake at least.
Okay,
Yeah,
Bucky was
yeah.
bad at religion.
Take our home back one stone at a time.
so let me get this clear. Rhea and Anna are going to nonchalantly stride out into the street and walk up to these prayer stones.
Stealthily.
Nonchalantly and stealthily are 2 different things. Which shall it be?
I think she shoots her quiet spell at them first, and then from the building, I will also.
I would
Shoot
say
everything
that
I
if
have
you
them.
were to do the quiet spell first, that would alert them to your presence, and we would start initiative.
I think we should walk.
Should we be
Sneaky.
sneaky to our stones?
I think we should sneak to the stones.
I will say this. I am bad at sneaky, but I will roll for it.
So,
On
I
that
will
note,
allow... Go ahead, Bucky.
I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on Anna.
I will allow stealth checks or intimidation checks
Oh, bless you.
as you approach
Intimidation
the stones.
is charisma, right?
It is.
Yes, I
As
have
you
a plus
approach
6
the stones.
intimidation.
Okay, I've got an Enhanced Ability for either you or Rhea.
I mean, Rhea has a +1 in Dex. I'm not proficient in either of those as Rhea, but I have a +1 in Dex and a +0 in Charisma. So I'm gonna go probably
I'm
with
gonna
the
give
Dex.
Enhance Ability to Rhea.
Only need
Okay.
the so if it's both of you it's stealth, if it is going to be the intimidation, we'll just do one of you.
I have a plus 6 to intimidation. but
Let's
I
do
also roll,
intimidation.
okay, dice gods, here we go.
I'm giving you Enhanced on your Intimidation.
Using my inspiration, using my sessional, 23.
So, Anna, you and Rhea step out from the building in which you are taking cover. Begin walking calmly, nonchalantly up towards these 2 ruined pillars. All of the fiends on the bridge turn towards you, and they begin to laugh a bit until they see just the confidence that you are walking up to these things with. They begin to kind of take just a step back. You can see them getting a little bit wary as they watch you walking up to these things. I need Rhea and Anna to make religion checks.
Natural
Oh, shit.
20!
Take my Sessional.
There it is.
Thank you.
You both lay hands onto these pillars and begin an utterance of a prayer to Torm, to whoever it may be. Rhea's is most certainly to Torm. You find that the 2... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Tsune for me.
You find that the prayer you are uttering begins to fall into cadence with one another. Though you both pray to different gods, the rhythm falls in line and you are chanting together for a brief moment. The eyes of the fiends begin to widen as they realize what's happening. The bridge begins to glow, the white-hot radiant glow emanating from the runes surrounding them. I need Rhea and Anna to each roll 4d10, please.
Wow.
Each.
4d10. 24.
Holy shit, there's no save for this. Holy fuck.
Wow.
36.
Wow. 11? Really?
35 points of damage total.
35 points. Fantastic.
Let's go.
So,
35 points times 6.
What?
what?
No, because 35 points.
Oh, for each of them.
Each one of them,
Right.
So, the total
So,
amount administered.
the radiant energy lances out from the runes surrounding the bridge, lancing into each of these creatures. You see them all shrieking in pain. And
But we don't hear them, right?
no one's cast silence yet.
Oh, I did.
No, remember we said it was
I'm
one or
already
the other.
concentrating on it.
It was one or the other. It was either approach the runes or cast silence. Casting
Oh.
silence would have alerted them, so we did the runes instead.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Hmm? So you can
Sorry.
unconcentrate on that, you're good.
Sorry.
35
Unconcentrate.
points. You see the ones in the rear instantly ignite into radiant fire, their eyes beaming with light just before they disintegrate and fall as dust down to the ground. The other two look around in absolute terror as they realize what just happened to them. We don't even need to roll initiative. Anna, shortly after this, you cast your silence spell. You do see one of them immediately reach down to a horn at his side, reach it up to his mouth, and blow. Nothing happens.
Hell yeah.
How do you dispatch
I
these?
literally do the mom. I literally do the mom thing where I like shake my finger at him like
Fantastic.
And if I can shoot him, I'm going to do it with a longbow.
Rhea lets
Yeah,
loose
Rhea.
with a heavy crossbow bolt. Anna lets loose with her longbow.
Oh no.
Collectively, how do the rest of you dispatch these two fiends?
Winnie's gonna be running out.
Yeah,
Each of you
charge
can
it.
have one action. So let's go ahead and just roll initiative so we have an order in which to do it. So go ahead and roll initiative, everybody.
I'm very proud of us, guys.
Me
That
too.
was good thinking and stuff. Go
Great
team.
job.
Oh, that's why it's not letting me do that.
Goblin.
Okay. Get Rhea in there. And
Oh, sorry.
you're good, you're good. Tibbs. What do you do?
Tibbs, from where he's at, has had an arrow. Stands, aims, and fires.
Right.
Probably at the furthest one since he does have a longbow, just to try to take it down.
Got it.
And I don't know if are you wanting us to actually roll damage and stuff, or
Yes. Oh, no, never mind. It's
Okay.
fine. Tibbs, you fire off your longbow. It does strike it. It staggers. Winnie, what do you do?
I will. This part of the. Hold on, I'm on the measuring. God damn it. This part of the building is like collapsed in that I can run outside of it, right?
Correct.
Cool. So I will. Run there for my full movement. And then fire a short bow at this one.
Fantastic.
Oh.
we're not doing any damage rolls. This is purely thematic. So your arrow flies true, grazes across its throat, dealing a little bit of damage to it. What is Rhea going to do?
She's going to do the same thing, but with a heavy crossbow. She's going to fire at him.
With a heavy crossbow, it thuds heavily into his chest. He begins to crumple down. Anna, what do you do?
Same, going up with my longbow.
Fantastic. You let loose. Once again, you hear the deep impact as it strikes a fiend. Ferris, what is your contribution to spelling these creatures?
I'm gonna get a little bit creative with it, but if you don't mind. But he just spent just enough magic to form the barrel of his cannon onto his arcane firearm staff and sends a force ballista at him.
Fantastic.
Force shot.
Strikes the one to the north squarely in the head, blowing its head clear off. The horn in its hand drops to the ground. And Bucky.
I feel like it's pretty safe to say that they are dead and we're clear to run.
Yeah.
So I think Bucky's gonna scoop up one of these two kids and start sprinting down the bridge.
Fantastic.
Kicking the last one off the side.
Fantastic. Bucky, it still is just dumbfounded, still reeling from the attacks and all the radiant damage that it took. As you rush up to it, it just kind of looks over to you just in time for you to kick it squarely in the chest and send it flying over the bridge into the cacophonous battle below. And we are going to call it a session here, everyone.
No!
When we come back next week,
No!
you all will continue your journey towards the High Hall Cathedral and hopefully be reunited with those you are searching for.
You can't do that. I won't be.